It seems like with every new set, Marshall D Teach, aka Blackbeard, somehow gets some new support. Let's talk about it. Hey guys, welcome back to another episode. Mabi here, and today I'm going to be giving you my personal deck profile for this black Marshall D Teach leader that originally came out in OP09. However, this specific deck is going to be for OP12/PRB02 and below. Now, the overall game plan of this deck is the same as I've done in the past, where it's all about using and finding these 4-cost Jesus Burgess to help you win the game. Every 4 cards in the trash increases this damage, and you are able to bring this back from the trash. So it's really your game plan. You have a lot of sifting, and pretty much that's it. Now, if you guys are just looking for the deck profile, instead pause the video, head on over to my website, Mabi TCG.com. There I have this deck and the other version I'm running as well, where it's mostly focused on the destruction side. Well, this one's all about the Jesus Burgesses. Link down below. Alright, so let's talk about every single card, and remember, it's just my list. It's okay if you disagree. Just take whatever you think's good and make your own deck that you personally like as well. So here's the leader. This is from OP09. This is the alternate art. I believe it's ST27 or 28, one of those. So we Teach. 5,000 power, special, 5 life. Marshall D Teach, 4 Emperors and Blackbeard Pirates. The only archetype here that's relevant is the Blackbeard Pirate. So your on-play effects are negated. That's really good, meaning you can... Oh, there's a lot of cards that obviously synergize with this, but you can have a lot of stuff that are usually bad on-plays, and they can work well in this deck. Activate this during your main, trash 1 card from your hand, then your opponent's on-play effects are negated until the end of your turn. So you really want to play this on like a turn 6, 7, or 8, the dawn rather, so you can go ahead and negate something huge. So don't use it too early, and use it mid towards late game. It's a really high matchup dependency. This is also good too because it helps you put stuff in the trash to buff up those Jesus Burgesses. Now, if you guys are enjoying the video, please make sure to like and sub. I do upload lots of daily videos of lots of deck profiles and duels, including every single One Piece one. Okay, let's start from the lowest to highest cost. This is Lafitte, OP09, 111, activate mates from OP09, I said that right. You may rest 1 Dawn card and this, then you could look at the top cards and grab a Blackbeard Pirates, and the rest go to the bottom. So basically for this, you want to 100%, if you find a Jesus Burgess, you grab it because there's only 4 in the deck. You want to grab it as much as possible. I would say if you already have 2 or 3, you're good to go. Focus on your mid towards late games as well. So your 5 and 6 drop Kuzan, and then your 10 drop Blackbeard. And then other than that, grab some 2Ks, and that's pretty much what you want to get with Lafitte. This one costs 2 resources. However, if you somehow are able to let it live throughout the next turn, keep searching. It's super important that you just search, because you are going to be at a card deficit once you start using your leader ability. So really great card. And just so you guys know, he can search for himself. This card can search for itself. Now for the first of our 2Ks, this is going to be Stronger from OP09, 102. Activate main, trash 1 card, then trash this character while it's on the field. If your leader is a Blackbeard, Pirates types, you can do draw 1 card, so at least it replaces itself. Then give up to one of your opponent's characters -2 costs during this turn. In this deck, there are only 2 cards in the deck where minusing cost is relevant. Otherwise, this is just going to be a 2K searching card. Now this is Caribou. This one is not a Blackbeard's card. This one came out in OP11, but it's really good for this deck. 1, 2, and 2. So it's a 2K counter, but it's also a blocker. And the reason why it's so strong with all of these stats and abilities is because the on-play is supposed to be bad. On-play, trash 2 cards from your hand. But because your leader's on-play, your leader's ability is all your on-play are negated, it is literally just a 1 blocker, 1 cost 2, 2000, 2000, and blocker. Super good. The only bad thing is it's Caribou Pirates, meaning if you whiff a search, then that's pretty bad. In this deck, I think I'm running only 8 cards that are not Blackbeard, so it's a really, really low chance for you to miss when you search and when you sift with your stage, which we're going to be talking about in a bit. Okay. Now, time for My Era begins. This is an alternate art from PRB02, so from 09 originally. This one costs 1. Activate main. You're going to be looking at the top 3 cards of your deck. Grab a Whitebeard. Grab a Blackbeard Pirates type. Other than this card, add it to your hand, then you trash the rest. Super crazy good. Grab 1 of 3, trash the rest, which buffs up your Jesus Burgesses. The trigger here is activate the main effect as well. Absolutely run force is a super important card. Remember, this deck's all about those cards, the Jesus. You must search, and it's okay if if you trash them, because once again you have the 5 and the 6 cost Kuzans that can summon them from the trash. So it's okay if you need to trash those cards for a counter or with one of your searching cards. Next off with your stages, this is full of lead. This is originally from OP09. This one costs 1. Activate this during your main. Trash 1 card from your hand, and then you rest this stage. Look at the top 3 cards, reveal the Blackbeard, then the rest go to the bottom of your deck. So this one isn't as good for filling up the trash as this one. This one, when you activate this, 3 cards are going to the trash. The event itself and two cards that you don't choose. Well, this one, at least you get to use it every single turn to trash a card that you don't want. Maybe if you have too many of your bricks, you can go ahead and, activate this and get rid of them. And once again, it's okay to throw out your Jesus Burgesses as long as you have it in your hand or it's in the trash, because you have ways of bringing them back. So really good. And we're running 4 of these because you can, you want this because it's sifting and you can trash itself, so it doesn't matter if you get multiple in your hand. Next, we have Vasco Shots. We're running 3 of these. These are really nice little cheap blockers that specifically Blackbeard Pirates. This is from OP09 221, just an 8 blocker. As I said, towards the late game, you're going to want some nice cheap blockers. This one is just one of those that will fill the 2 cost role. Maybe if you just somehow didn't get any of your searching, you have this to play. All right, so let's talk about this again, because once again, this is the whole game plan of the whole deck. Without this, you lose. OP09, Jesus Burgess, Blackbeard Pirates. 4-5-1. This is from PRB02, the alternate art. Okay, this character cannot be KO'd by opponent's effects. Nice. However, it can still be bounced back to your hand, it can still be bottom decked, and it can still be attacked into to be KO'd. Second ability is if your leader is a Blackbeard Pirates type, this character gains 1000 power for every 4 cards in your trash. So the whole goal is grab these, trash as many cards as you want, and the cool thing with this deck is the more you sift and the more you trash, not only are you just filling up the trash, but you're also gaining stuff in your hand that you want to keep. A lot of 2Ks, a lot of blockers, a lot of support cards. So just 4 of these, and wow, you will be getting these. Don't worry, you will be getting these. Just so many ways to do so. All right, now time for Shiryu. This is a new card from PRB02. This is the alternate art. 4-5-1. If your leader is a Blackbeard Pirates, this character gains blocker and plus 4 cost, making it an 8 cost, so it's safe from, let's say, a Gravity Blade, right? Pretty nice. On KO, if your leader is Blackbeard, you get to KO one of your opponent's characters with a base of 4 costs or less, meaning if you somehow are able to lower their cost during your turn, it doesn't matter, it must be a base cost. Anyway, it's a pretty neat and awesome card for the deck, another like really good one. Basically, without these ones in the past, I would just be running way more Vasco Shots. I mean, we have 3 of these and 3 of these. This deck has a lot of blocking. Okay, so 3 of these. Nice, it's also a 1k counter. All right. Time for one of your best removals ever. This is Black Hole from OP09. This one costs 4. Main, if your leader has a Blackbeard Pirates type, negate the effect up to one of your opponent's characters during this turn. Then, if that character has a cost of 4 or less, KO it. The trigger here is negate the effect of an opponent's leader or character cards during this turn. So this is a really wonderful call. First of all, Blackbeard Pirates, so searchable for your stuff. And you get to negate the effect of one of your opponent's characters. Basically, when you negate an effect, it becomes a vanilla character. So even if you don't plan to KO them that turn, and the best case scenario would be KOing something that is, that can't be KO'd because of their effect, or when they're KO'd, an ability happens, you can go ahead and negate that. But you can also negate them, and you don't have to KO them. So if they're a 5+ higher cost that gets something on KO, or maybe they're a huge 10-drop blocker, you can still negate it, not KO it, but then they lose all the effects, including blocker, for example, and then you can rush past them and do other stuff. So this is a really strong card of the deck. We're running 2 of these, and this is the only card that, can once again work with the stronger here. So you can lower something by 2 if you have this combo in your hand, so you can KO a 6-drop if you want. So lots of ways to use it, KO something huge with the 6-drop. You can go ahead and negate something 4 or less with some abilities, or stop something from blocking. So super powerful card, and honestly it's up to you whether or not you want to run more. I'm only running 2 because I have another event in the deck that KOs, so just want to mix it up a little bit. Next is going to be Kuzan. It's from OP10 550. This is one of your very few bricks of the deck. So this character cannot be it cannot be removed from the field by your opponent's effects. So KOing effects, bounce back, simply trash. However, it can still be rested, so you gotta be careful of that. Activate main, you can trash this character to draw 1 card so it replaces itself. Nice. Then play a Blackbeard Pirates character card, 5 or less, other than Kuzan, from your trash. So the cards that you want to grab from your trash are going to be Shiryu and Jesus Burgess as a sort of priority. Then Vasco shots are really good after that. Then you're going to grab these Lafittes and then these Strongers as a very, very last resort. But basically, this is a very good card. You can just grab stuff from the trash, and keep in mind when you grab it from the trash and play it, it's active. So it has way more benefits for being a blocker as well. So you can put this on the board, maybe activate it right away, or you can wait the next turn, attack with it, then use the ability and, you know, bring out a blocker or something. But if you're choosing to grab the Jesus Burgess, you maybe want to just activate it as soon as you get this on the board, so Jesus Burgess can attack next turn. So we're running 4 of these. Now it's another Kuzan. This one came out in ST27, the starter deck. 6/6/1. Awesome, not a brick. This has blocker. 6 blocker, not bad. On KO, you can play a Blackbeard's 5 or less from your trash rested. So when this is KO'd, you can bring back anything 5 or less, and it's not restricted to itself, so you can bring in this other Kuzan as well. Now, because it's on KO, it's most likely going to be on your opponent's turn that this gets KO'd. So if you do end up bringing this back, hopefully your opponent doesn't have any more attackers, so they can remove this. But it comes in rested. So if you're able to bring in this card, that's cool. You can bring in the Shiryus again and the Jesus Burgesses. Those are the really good cards. So a really wonderful card. Good thing to play on curve. Attack with it. If your opponent gets rid of it, then you just summon something back. It's nice. All right, time for another new card that came out in PRB02. I think this one's going to work really well for this particular deck as well. This is Sabo. This is Dressrosa Revolutionary. A really bad thing is it's not Blackbeard. So once again, we're running 8 cards in the deck that are not Blackbeard. A very low chance of missing with your stage sifting. 6/6/1 2. Yeah, it's a 2K. If you have 15 or more cards in your trash, this card gets -3 costs, making it so you can play it for a 3 costs for a 6,000 blocker. Really good. And towards the mid or late game, you are always going to have 15 plus in the trash because you're trying to buff up your Jesus Burgesses. So this is a really good card for the deck. Any deck that pretty much wants stuff in the trash. So this card, maybe the Rob Lucci from OP7, maybe even the OP, was it OP4, OP5 Rebecca? One of those. But anyway, super good in this deck. All right, time for the other event KO card. This is Liberation from OP10. This one costs 6. So activate main if the number of your opponent's characters is if the number of your characters is at least 2 than your opponent, meaning they have 2, you have 0, you have 2, they have 4, you have 3, they have 5, that sort of thing. And then you get to KO a base cost 6 and a base cost 4, so it potentially could wipe out 2 cards. Now, once again, this one is base only, so it will not work with your stronger 1 cost 2K that lowers cost down by 2. It will not work with this. The trigger here is negate the effects of one of your opponent's leaders or characters during this turn. So very situational for this, and I guess I didn't talk about it as well for this one, but the trigger is also just very situational. You're just going to be negating the effect, so it depends on what they decide to do. Time for your final card of the deck. This is going to be Marshall D Teach from OP09. This is the manga alternate art 10-12-0. And yeah, this has innate blocker for 12,000. Pretty good. However, it's very, very, very costly. The ability here is activate made once per turn if your leader has Blackbeard types, and this character was played this turn, meaning you can only activate this one time the turn that you play this. Negate the effect up to one of your opponent's leaders during this turn, then negate the effect of one of your opponent's characters, then also that character cannot attack until the end of your opponent's next turn. So, once again, this is highly dependent on a matchup, depending on what your opponent's leader is. Let's say you're playing Bonnie, Jewelry Bonnie, for example, the green one. You can activate this, make sure so she can't rest the dawn to mess with your stuff. Really good. Also, let's say you're playing with the yellow Nell. If they have 1 life left, you throw this down, they cannot heal. That sort of thing. Super crazy powerful depending on the matchup, mostly. Then negate the effect of a character. We talked about this. They basically become a vanilla blockers on KO. Won't affect. And they cannot attack, meaning obviously they can't attack. And it doesn't matter the cost here. You can use it on a high cost, a low cost. But also remember that the opponent, it doesn't say that they stay rested or anything. It just means it can't attack. So if it's rested, it'll come back up. If it's active, it'll stay active, that sort of thing. And that is the overall deck. I just lost the card there. So basically that's it. It's a ton of support, a lot of blocking cards, some good ways to grab some things from the trash, a couple of KO things, but honestly, this is not a straight KO deck. This is all about Jesus Burgess. You want these, you're gonna find these because you have a million sifting cards. It's gonna be good, it's gonna be great, and I'm having a lot of fun with this deck. It's really good. The only thing that's a little hard about this deck is just knowing when to use your leader ability, because you want to basically stop them from doing their own plays, and it's up to you to know what they're playing. So, you know, mess with their 6 curves, 8 curves, etc. So that's it, guys. Let me know what you guys think. Make sure to like and sub and head on over to the website if you guys want this deck profile and many more that we cover on the channel. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.